My goal in making this video is to help you to feel motivated, to help you feel clearer, and to help you come up a few shades of brightness if you are feeling stuck. Hold on a second. Sorry. Okay, if you are feeling like you are stuck and you're not getting the results that you want and you're putting tons of effort out there and you're just so frustrated. I know, I'm an entrepreneur. It's all on my shoulders to make stuff work. I totally understand. But even if you're not an entrepreneur, this can apply in any area of life. There's a couple things I have found that are really key to help us shift out of that place of feeling stuck and to kind of bypassing that whole thought process and get us moving forward on a more positive track. The first thing is to really notice what you're thinking. If we are feeling stuck, we're probably in our head a lot. We're looking at the result, comparing it to the amount of effort we've put into something, and then kind of saying, looking at this and seeing the lack of progress and then feeling kind of down about ourselves. We're feeling depressed, frustrated, like we just don't know what to do, just beside ourselves. What more can we do? And a lot of times we can take that lack of outcome that we're looking for and turn it or take that as an interpretation of our worth and say, I must not be good. It must not be time for me. Maybe it's not going to happen for me. Maybe I'm not as good as I thought. And you start to have some self-doubt. Maybe you start to feel, like, why should I bother trying? So you start to feel like I should give up. And I want to tell you, don't believe any of that stuff. And if that voice, that inner critical voice starts to come up and it starts to tell you all of this junk, recognize this as part of the monkey mind. It's swinging from one branch to another and jumping up and down and making all sorts of racket. Don't believe that. Don't feed it. The more that you feed it, the more you'll slide back down and start to feel bad about yourself. And we don't want that. I want you to feel good, motivated, positive, and like it's going to happen. The more you hold that vision of this happening for you, whatever it is you're going for, the more likely it is to happen. It sounds overly simplistic, but it's, I think, sometimes worth repeating and remembering that the more that you focus on what you want, the more likely you are to get that. So where attention goes, energy flows. You may have heard that before, worded a similar way. Okay, the other thing I want to remind you is to try not to focus so much on the external numbers. This may apply more if you're an entrepreneur, or say if you work in sales or you work for yourself somehow and you're looking at the dollars, the numbers, the clicks, the likes, the signups, all this stuff. I know I'm speaking from experience. And the best thing to do is to look at all of that, of course, because you're going to be curious, and say, oh, okay, cool. All right, what can I do next? Whatever it is, if it's a number I like, great. If it's not, so what? Move on, move forward, find something else to do. Being an entrepreneur, what I ask myself every day is, what one or two things can I take care of today to move me forward in my business? What other step can I take? One step or two? Maybe more if the day allows, but many times it's just one or two things, or however much time I have to devote to it that day. Instead of getting wrapped up in, oh, this video didn't do very well, that's okay. Not every video is going to be a home run, so to speak. For you, it might be sales or whatever it is you're working on. Not everything is going to turn out great, but you know what? That's okay. Keep moving forward. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that get you down. Don't let that don't focus on it too much. Because if it's not where you want to be, and you would be putting hinging kind of your mood and your feelings about yourself on that number. And that's where we can get into trouble. Because then if the numbers aren't what we like, then we're letting that affect our self-worth. So we want to feel good about ourselves regardless. It's going to go up and down, it's going to do that. And just let it do that and keep shining your light, keep feeling good, keep going out there and keep going for it. So if we are feeling stuck It's because we are focusing on what isn't working. And we got to change that to, what can I do? What can I do next? What can I do next? How can I go forward? Let all the other stuff go. And eventually it will happen for you. I can't say when, we don't know that. I wish we could, right? But those are some things that I have found have helped me. And the more that you go after it, the more likely it will happen, and the sooner it will happen. I think that is about it. I know I've done a few videos about this, and it's because I've had a lot of people write to me about it, and it's something I've dealt with myself quite a bit. So if you have questions about this, or if there's maybe something I can help you with, please leave it for me in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support so much. You have no idea. And if this can help anyone that you know, please forward it to them, share it with them. Again, thank you so much, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.